Martha hadn't slept in 36 hours. Not in the black SUV that took them away from the burning estate. Not in the medical tent where they stitched Fina's shoulder. Not in the airless bureau van that drove them in silence to a black site 10 miles from DC. Not with Fina slumped, half-conscious against her, blood drying in her curls, lips parted like a prayer. She held her the whole way. Didn't let anyone touch her unless it was medical. Didn't answer a single question. Just watched them all with eyes like knives. She was the only one allowed near her, and they knew better than to push it. The room was small, white, lit by fluorescents that buzzed like angry bees. Martha sat alone across from her director, a man who once toasted her promotions and now looked at her like a ticking bomb. "We told you to gather intel," he said, voice clipped. "Not bring back the wife of an arms dealer you slept with." Martha didn't blink. She burned his empire to the ground. She gave us everything. You compromised your mission. You compromised your marriage cover. You compromised our operation. And for what? Some tragic woman with pretty eyes. Martha leaned forward, slow and deliberate. "I compromised nothing. I fulfilled the mission. I brought you names, accounts, the full structure. You were just busy chasing ghosts to see the one thing that mattered. And what's that? That she is the only reason we have any of it." A beat. The director sighed. "She's not a citizen. She's a liability." "She's mine," Martha said, voice low, lethal. "And if you touch her, I swear to God, I'll leak every secret you've buried under this building to the press with your name stamped on it." The silence after that was thick and final. They didn't argue again. The motel room. It was a nowhere place. Cracked tile, humming neon light outside the window, one queen bed with stiff sheets, and a thermostat that groaned every time the heat kicked on. But to Martha, it felt like the only safe place left on earth. Fina lay on the bed, her arm wrapped in gauze, chest rising and falling, slow and shallow. She hadn't said much since the fire. Painkillers dulled her voice. The bureau gave them 48 hours before transport. Martha took it. She sat on the edge of the bed, watching her sleep, wondering if the ache in her chest was relief or devastation. Fina stirred. "Martha, I'm here." Fina turned toward her, blinking slowly. "Are we free?" Martha exhaled. "No, but we're together." And for a while, that was enough. That night, when the fever broke and the silence gave way to breath, they touched again. Not like before, not with desperation, but with reverence. Martha lay beside her, tracing the edge of Fina's bandages, fingers trailing her collarbone, the curve of her breast, the line of her waist. She kissed every scar, every bruise, not to erase them, but to honor them. Fina pulled her close, legs tangling, lips parting. Their kiss was slow, molten and deep. A promise wrapped in heat and ache. Martha hovered over her, hair falling down like a veil, hands trembling as they moved along skin that felt like home. "I dreamed of you in the fire," Fina whispered, hips lifting to meet hers. "I dreamed of us in the after," Martha replied, voice hoarse. They made love like survivors, soft and hard at once, mouths open, fingers tight, thighs sliding together in slow, rhythmic waves. Sweat gathered in the hollow of Fina's spine as Martha moved inside her. Slow strokes, aching gasps, breathless moans swallowed into each other's mouths. She came with Martha's name on her lips, drawn out like a plea. Martha followed, shaking, forehead pressed to hers, tears gathering even as pleasure consumed her. Afterwards, they lay in silence, skin sticky, muscles aching, but hearts beating in sync, alive, together. The morning. Fina sat in the plastic motel chair, Martha beside her, watching the sunrise bleed through dirty blinds. A knock came at the door. Gabriel. Martha didn't move. Fina squeezed her hand. "Wherever they send me," she said softly, "I'll find you again." Martha looked at her like she already believed it. "No," she said. "We're leaving together."